Hi, I'm Sarah Jane from Natural Heating, and today I have set up behind me the Charlton and Jenrick Luminosa 62. 62 being 62 centimetres viewing width and height, and this is a plug and play electric fire relay that you can just plug in and build into a fireplace opening, or put into a surround, or build into a wall. It's behind me. I've got a magnetic trim stuck on the front of it, but you don't have to have that. There's lots of different ways you can site this fire in a fireplace or a wall, media wall, make it what you want to be. It's actually three-sided. There's side panels on the side that come off. I'll show you later. I've videoed me setting all this up. So you can make it three-sided, or you can have it front only, like I've got just now. The fire picture on this is beautiful. It's based on sort of imagine it as an HD TV type technology in the background, but what you're seeing is a mirror, so it's reflecting back. And the fire view is beautiful. Now, when I look into it, what I see is black. I don't see everything else that you're seeing reflecting. But I'm going to try and put the light down and see if we can show you it a bit better. I've just noticed I've got my child's sports hoodie on from school. It's quite good when you can wear your child's school uniform and it still fits you. So apologies, Wyndham College. But yeah, never mind. So I've put the main light down now so you can see better what this looks like. And electric fires have always been pretty rubbish, to be honest. I like real fire. This one even makes flame noises, and I've currently got it on a relatively low noise setting, but if I just turn that up, you can hear it crackling. Now, to me, that's a bit loud, so here's my remote, I'm going to turn it down a bit. But there's all sorts of different flame patterns and effects that you can have from this. And really, it's very, very pretty. So we can change the fuel bed colour, and like so. You see, and turn it off even. Let's put it to that one. And then we can also change the flame height and type. So that's my flame 2. It just takes a second or two to change. And there's different lighting effects, but you're not seeing them to their benefit with the mirrors and in this environment. That's pretty, I do like that. That's setting number 4. 5. 6. 7. So 8. It goes on, there's quite a lot of different flames and settings. And then you can change the heights of the flames. There's lots of different things to fiddle with on this. Right, so this will be the heights, I think. And the types and the colours. And then you can fiddle with light levels. You can fiddle with heat levels, you can fiddle with the underbed levels. You can turn them off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, green. Who wants a green fire? I don't know that I want a green fire. Or a turquoise. Or blue. Pink. That's quite nice. That's very pale. Number 8's quite nice. Number 3, I think, for me on that one. And then when it comes to the flame, let's change it to 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I like 4. And then I think we can change the height of that as well. Oh, right, okay, that's the colour of that flame height. So, I wish we didn't get all the reflections. Well, in some ways it's good because it makes it look deeper and you see all the fuel on the inside. It's just really hard to video, to actually do it justice. There's so many things you can play with here. Right, I think I've got this set to about my favourite. And it really is stunning. And it has got heated in it. So you can actually make a heat. It does up to 2 kilowatt with electric. So with that one, we'll press the heat button. And if I turn it to, it takes a minute to switch on. And it does kick out quite a lot of heat. Now that's as noisy as it gets. And you can hear it's really echoey in here because I'm not speaking very loudly. But the heat that comes out of it is really not bad at all. So it's 2 kilowatt on high setting, and on low setting, it's, what have I done now? On low kilowatt, it's one, and on low setting, it's 1 kilowatt. And it doesn't barely make a noise, you'll hardly hear it at all, but it really kicks the heat out fast. So the heat come out the vents, there's vents on the top, or blowers on the top, but the heat seems to come out through, the heat is coming out through here on the front, through that vent blowing down. So this is just an air vent at the top, but the heat is actually coming out the front through this vent here, up at the top. And you can see when you look underneath, there's control buttons on there if you'd rather do it manually than bother removing the remote. But it heats up really quickly. I mean, the heat comes out of it in seconds and it's not noisy at all. So I've got all the lights off now, just so you can see. So there you go. So for an electric fire, they really are beautiful and very realistic compared to older technologies. As mentioned, it's very, very hard to video and do it justice due to the reflections. And although I don't really, electric is never really going to turn me on, so to speak, because do you know what? I love fire. I love real fire. But for those who can't have it or don't want it, maybe in a really modern new build, maybe got white carpets, maybe you're just getting on and in your twilight years and you want to be safe. Or you want something very inexpensive and a bit more eco-friendly, you know, if you're that way inclined, that you can run on just electric and turn the heater on if and when you want it, but otherwise have a very low energy electric glow. Nobody would be disappointed with one of these. And it doesn't have any installation costs. You just plug and play. You build in your own or do what you like with it. It's really meant for in a recess or building into a wall. And I've literally just stuck it on a pallet in the front of the showroom. I was going to put it in a hall, but you know what? I think it's quite nice to have out the front of the shop. So I've done some videos today, earlier, of when I was setting this up. And I'm going to add them in next so you can see what there is involved. It's easy enough that I could do it on my own. And it didn't take very long at all. So I might as well show you what's in the box. But we now have these in stock and on display at Natural Heating here in Norfolk. I do have boxed ones available to go, should you like it and want to take one away. You are very welcome. And I've also got the bigger ones, in the wall type electric fires in here too. And there's something else that you could have a builder developer put in a new home, or just a carpenter build a framework for you. You can make them as easy or as complicated as you like. But anyway, if you need some help and you want to come and see us, we do also have these too. Right. So this is the Luminosa box, which I'm going to open up. And here is what was fireplace opening. I think I'll just gauge it up size-wise first. This is a bit of a dumping ground for any horizontal surface that really needs some cleaning up. And this was just for demos for electric fires. I'm going to see how this looks on there. So, it's always exciting using new things. Now, I saw these down at C&J, and I've always hated electric fires, really. You know, they just don't light me up. They just look a bit meh, a bit boring. But this actually is super cool, because the technology that's behind these is just so much better than they used to be. So, let's get it out. So this is the big 62 Luminosa, which is a square frontage. And basically it can be installed either as a single front or a two-sided or even a three-sided appliance. So if you want to, you can take these panels off, which will reveal a side glass, and there's one on either side. That's if you were hanging it on a wall and boxing the front part and the bottom bit in, I guess. Or you can leave it as I've got it and just stick it in a hole in the wall. Do you know what? I don't know what to do with this. I really wanted to put it in the electric showroom in here, in that hole, in what is going to be the electric showroom. But I'm thinking it might actually look splendid out here on the front of the shop. I kind of want to put it here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it or how I'm going to do it. But the thing with these is they're plug and play. There's no specialist fitting required. You literally just pop it in, flick a switch. Well, it's a bit more to it than that. You need to set up the parts on the inside. But there's no, it's an electric socket. You just plug it in. You can build the rest of it in yourself, and it can go in an unused fireplace opening. You do need to block off the chimney so that it doesn't draw the heat up the flue. Or you can make your own feature freestanding wall or fireplace. It's literally an electric fire, but with spectacular. Wanna laugh? Never thought this would happen in a million years. This is the trim. And without doing a thing, it looks like my fireplace opening is going to be an absolute, almost perfect match for that trip, which is just utterly bonkers. I'm sure we can make it work and pack that out slightly, but that is just ridiculous. I never ever got around to finishing painting this bay in the summer. As you can see, there's a lot to be done in here. That bit's all lovely. This bit needs some work. Anyway, at least it's easy to get back out, and the trim should really be sat on the outside, but it's magnetic and it sits on the front of that unit. So I'm just going to shove it in that hole because it'll work. And I've promised people that they can come and see this, and I haven't even got it start up yet. But the trim is magnetic, so it just sticks to the front of the unit. So, you know, easy peasy. So we've got all the heating control bits up here. And there's screws at the bottom for taking the glass out. So I'm going to take those screws out so we can set the inside. So they come with a couple of glass removal tools. Little suction tools. I'll just stick on there. They're nice and firm. And then take these screws out at the bottom. Where did I put that screwdriver? I've lost it already. Right, so we've got a couple of little screw heads here. We're just going to take these out, which should remove the frame from the bottom. So screws are out, trim out, and the glass is now loose and able to lift out. But I need two hands, sorry. So here we go. Packing, plenty packing. Again, two-hand job, I think. Look at that. Ooh. Lots of bits. Alrighty, let's get them out. Okay, so we've got decorative log sets and manuals plus other bits, I reckon. Then take cardboard out the inside. I do need two hands. Okay, so I've got a couple of plug sockets down the back, and I know that the fixings need to go in here, so I've just pulled it out to get it set up. I've taken the cardboard out the inside. That is not daylight right through. That is like mirrors in at the back and the inside that you're seeing. And then there's glass panels here, but covered with these side panels, so you can take it out to make it three-sided. So in this box, we've got a load of bits, mainly manuals, cables. These are the crystals and stones and things at the bottom. Side glass edging strips where we're not using side glasses. And log LEDs and screws. So let's find the instructions and put it together. Alright, so we've got A, B and C rod thingies here, connections. And they are all different. So we'll work out which one's which and then get them screwed in. So these log support brackets are just thumb screws that screw in. There's no screwdriver holes, and then they just plug into these sockets at the back. So you can so easy lose a couple of hours in here. Been trying to do this since about 10 AM, and I've got somebody coming to see it in about 15 minutes, and I still haven't done it. And I've been trying to do it for about 3 weeks. So I better go on and put the logs in it. So this is a log pack. They're all nicely protected, wrapped in the inside. We've got holes in the back by the looks of it to put the strips in. So we'll work out which logs go where now. Alright, okay, so I am just plugging these little electric-y points in. The right way around, hopefully. Right. And then it says we have to position the logs, the hollow logs, over the brackets. Okay. Peekaboo. Right, I've put these logs in here, and I don't know if that looks right or not, but I've also got all these ones. So we're just going to try and place these in and see if we can get things looking a bit more natural. I guess you hide some of the stands by putting these in, so I'm just going to try and put some pieces about that hides some of this and see what it does, and we'll see what we end up with in a minute. Maybe it will help if I switch it on. Turn the underbed on and the flame. It'll just take a minute or two to boot. There we go. We'll have flames in a minute or two. Then we'll need to set up the light settings because I haven't set this up yet, obviously. There we go, that starts to look a bit better. Right, we'll put these in and have a play. I'm thinking what we'll do first is actually put some of these strips in the bottom. Glass or resin, I'm not very sure, but we'll lay some of these on the bottom in the base layer. Right, nice. There's lots of different stuff going on here. I don't think there's really any right and wrong way of doing it. Plenty more of these, and then we've got some little fake bits of plugins. What do we reckon? That one under there. We'll see what it does in a minute, but you can see it coming together. It's yeah. So as you can see, for electric, they've really come a long way. Now it's very bright in here. This is the mirror in the back of it. It doesn't look like that when you look into it. You just see black really, but it's not videoing very well. So I'll put the glass back in, put it in the hall, and then put the trim on, and then maybe put the lights down. Right, so I've got the Luminosa in place, and this trim that I've put on the front doesn't fit the hole in the wall. It wasn't meant for this, but it would do because it's close enough. So we just need to compromise sometimes. What you're seeing in there is the reflection from the mirror at the back. When I look into it, it just looks black, and then you see the flames, but when it's switched on. But when you look into it through the camera, you see the mirror. Anyway, this doesn't quite fit where it wasn't meant to fit this in the first place. It was just a lucky accident that it near enough fits the space, so I've used it for a bit of a mock-up. So this trim that's on the front is just magnetic and sticks on the front of the unit, see? Dead simple. So there's really not much to these. They are plug and play. That trim's separate, by the way, so you can buy it and build it in and put it in a stone fireplace or whatever if you like, or you can make a hole in the wall, just stick one of these fancy trims on the front, which is quite nice, or you could even make your own, but we'll switch it on. So when we switch it on, you see the flames come up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and switch the main lights out so you can get a better view without all this light and stuff in the background, yeah?